new opportunities, new things, just like you're pretty new to the adult industry?
Yes.
So when did you start doing that?
I started in the November of 2021.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a couple of years.
Yeah.
All right. And it was during COVID or because you were in Florida, so they didn't have as much closed at the time. So
exactly. I did some scenes for SCORE.
Okay.
And I enjoyed it. I was like, this is cool. I could do this every now and then or whatever. And and so I had my previous life and I started this one and they overlapped for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up getting an agent and they got me a bunch of scenes and everything like that. So that was good. And then I was independent for a little while and that was difficult. That was hard. Yeah.
Trying to book your own work?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it that the companies just didn't respond to you as much?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. And if they did respond, it was, we only work with people from agencies.
Oh.
And I get it because I have encountered a lot of, what's a nice word I can say for flaky people?
Unreliable.
Unreliable, irresponsible, whatever you want to call it. Who make plans and don't show up. So I understand, the production companies, they spend money on these productions and they want somebody who's going to be reliable, and an independent, booker, an independent model doesn't have that backing.
It's a higher gamble.
Yes.
A higher risk.
Yeah.
So.
I did that for a while. I got myself some scenes though. I was lucky.
Yeah.
And then I was talking to Next Level.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't represent anybody in Florida.
Okay.
And so that was kind of the push I needed. Yeah.
So they're only West Coast or just Vegas?
No, Vegas and LA.
Okay. I was going to say, the two.
Yeah.
So what was it then that was the initial push where it was, had you seen SCORE before and you're like, oh, that seems fun? Or was it your husband? Or was it just like, what kind of made you decide hey, let's try this out?
So my husband and I are in the lifestyle. Okay. And one of the
swingers lifestyle, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know I know I could understand, but I'm just saying if there's viewers that were like, the lifestyle, what's?
Look it up.
Yes. Okay. All right. So you were doing that. How long were you in that lifestyle?
We started in 2018.
Okay.
Yeah. Very, very.
So that's very recent.
Very slowly. Very slowly. But a single girl that we knew, she shot with them, and she thought I would be good for that, and gave them my name.
Okay.
And so that's how it started.
Nice. So you contacted them, and then they
were like, "Oh yeah, so and so said you would, be interested in doing this, and blah blah blah," and went through all the stuff that they do, before they actually hire you, and that's all she wrote.
So what was your first scene like that you did? Were you very nervous? Were you pretty comfortable? How did it go?
I had become pretty comfortable with people watching me.
That helps
because doing, being in the lifestyle, and going to clubs and resorts and things like that, you end up doing stuff and people are watching you. And I kind of get a little excited about that. I'm kind of a little bit of an exhibitionist.
Yeah. But the people on set aren't supposed to be aroused though. That's the that you're performing in front of people that they're just doing a job.
They're doing their job, but there's still people there.
Yeah. Yeah. So, so you want to put a performance for them in a way.
Kind of, when you're in your bedroom, there's nobody around. There's no cameraman. There's no lighting guy. There's no walls of people standing right there, looking through the glass, looking at you. It's totally different when there's even one other person in the room.
Yeah.
And you have to get used to that. And I did. I got used to it. My husband would watch me with a single guy. And that's how I started getting used to it. At first, I was very uncomfortable. Everybody was very uncomfortable.
Okay.
Because it was something that we had never done before.
Yeah.
And as we got more comfortable, I didn't care, And so the first scene that I did was kind of like an intro this is Wendy Raine.
Yeah, they gave like a little interview beforehand.
And she's, this old and this is her first scene and blah, blah, blah. And so it was a boy-girl scene and it was just, kind of like, go for it.
Yeah.
After the little intro interview that we did, they were very, very nice. The male talent was extremely nice, extremely informative and helpful, and answered a whole bunch of questions. And I love him to death.
Nice.
I've worked with him many times.
That's great.
Yeah. So he answered my questions, and actually I was able to like message him.
Okay. So like,
and be like, hey, what do you think about this? Because he's great. He's great. I love him to death. But I enjoyed it. And so I thought about it. And then when they came out, because I did 4, I did 2 solos and 2 boy girls.
Okay.
And when they came out, everybody was like, that was so good. You should do that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, okay. Why not?
Yeah. See what happens.
Exactly. Now, people are like, ooh, that sucked. I probably wouldn't be here right now. Just need a little encouragement. That's all.
Well, positive reinforcement. And can you watch yourself, or is it awkward for you to watch yourself perform?
I can watch myself.
Okay.
I don't make a habit of it.
No, I'm just saying, like, because depending on how you are, because I know, because you're an actor and you've had that. When you see yourself, on screen, sometimes it can be a little. You're just like, because you critique some people critique themselves a lot harder.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's how you are when you watch yourself, or if it's more like, oh, okay,
There are some scenes that I'm like, I really don't want to watch that.
Okay.
And there are some where I'm like, yeah, let's watch that again. And my husband likes it when I watch with him. And so I'll be there. Maybe not exactly watching the whole time, but he's a big supporter.
Well, that's good.
So that's good. Yeah.
It must be interesting to the difference between, say, watching you doing you with somebody else in person versus you in a scene. I don't know if it's because when you're in person, maybe there's just a stronger like connection to what you're watching.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe ask him about because I don't know if it's different.
Right.
For him.
Watching me live as opposed to on camera. Yeah.
So, because I assume since you're the exhibitionist, he's more voyeuristic.
He is voyeuristic, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he likes to watch. And he's not one of those creepy ones, though. He doesn't hide behind the door or anything like that.
Yeah.